Yo, what's up, guys? It's John Hamilton here, and I'm live with you guys today here to talk about March Madness and the bracket that we have going on right now. Huge bracket, huge tournament. I can't believe it's already here. We're in March. A lot has happened. We hit on our Kraken two-leg parlay for the NHL last week, and we hit in our NBA parlay as well. So we're here to talk about college basketball. That's right, the hoops. All right, baby, we're shooting, we're scoring, we're winning, we're double dribbling, we're traveling, we're doing anything we can do to make sure that this parlay hits. Guys, we got some massive, massive things to talk about. The smartest play to do on March Madness is always bet on the heavy favorites week one, day one. So we have a lot to go over. This is what I recommend doing. Two teams, make sure that the odds are going to be favorable. You at least want to double up your money. How we're going to do that? We're just going to break down. I'm going to reset my bet, and we're going to break it down. First game that you're going to want to bet on is going to be Miami OH against SMU. You want to take SMU on the money line. Guys, play smart. Don't do with the over and unders. Play the money lines. Money lines is going to be the best. This is round of 64. All right, here we go. We're going to also jump into Nebraska over Troy. Right now we're at a minus 222. We're going to also take Wisconsin over High Point. Wisconsin's been playing really good ball. They're ranked 5th right now. The obvious is going to be Duke, but Duke isn't going to actually change that odds too much. It's only going to bring it up from a 133 to a 132. So 1 point difference. You don't have to put them in. You can leave them out. When you start parlaying things, they compound, even though that the odd isn't good when you initially add Duke. The more you compound, the more that you're going to get a productivity payout. Next, obviously, Vanderbilt over McNessie, Michigan State over North Dakota State. There are going to be upsets, but none of these of which I think are going to happen in the first part of the tournament. Next, we're going to be taking Arkansas. I like Arkansas a lot. Arkansas has been playing really good ball. They're ranked 4th over Hawaii. Now, Hawaii has been known to upset teams, but it is in Arkansas, so I think there's just going to be too much of a difference there. Next is obviously going to be Illinois over Pennsylvania. They're at a minus 6, 500. So right now we're sitting at a plus 135 with the 8-leg parlay. We're going to keep building, guys. Houston, minus 8,000. That jumps it up to a 138. Next, we're going to do, I'm worried about this game. Akron over Texas Tech. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'm going to stay away from that one. Arizona over LIU. It's not even worth doing. It brings it up 2 pennies. If you were to bet $10, it'd pay out $23.84 so far. We still want to get our odds up, though. So Virginia over Wright State. That'll bring it to a plus 146. Iowa State over Tennessee State. Alabama over Hofstra. You know what's funny is that the Utah State game and the Villanova game ranked 8 and 9. Villanova at home's ranked 8, but it's a plus 114. It'd be interesting to have them picked, but we're going to play smart. I like St. John's over Northern Iowa. St. John's just beat UConn, guys. There was a lot with UConn. Now, St. John's did play against a UConn team where some of the players were not playing their starters to prep them in for March Madness, or at least limiting the time on the court, which I think is smart by UConn to do. But yeah, St. John's is definitely a solid pick over Northern Iowa. I almost said Ireland. Oh gosh. All right, next, obviously Purdue. Got to pick Purdue over Queens NC. Kansas over California Baptist. UConn over Furman. You know, Miami, Florida over Missouri is an interesting one. I like that one a lot, to be honest with you. We want to stay at 16 legs, though. Yeah, it doesn't help it too much. Hold on. I'm worried about that Akron game. Let's go Texas Tech over Akron. It's going to bring 17. I know this sounds crazy. Look. Lock in with me. I know this sounds crazy. 17 legs to only hit a plus 378. So let's say we bet 100, pays out 478. 478. I mean, that's not bad if you're considering the first week, and these are heavy. You're betting on the heavy favorites. Some of these teams are minus 10,000, minus 8,000, minus 4,500, minus 2,000 odds to win because they're so favored. And a lot of them are at home. You're betting 100. I mean, if you were to bet 1,000, it pays out 47.80. So it's really going to be up to you and what you want to do in your betting style. I think these hit. If you really want to limit your odds, we can clear this bet. We can run a solid 4-leg. And by the way, my guess, is going to be Duke and UConn to go all the way. But if you want some interesting ones, I'm probably going to take SMU over Miami OH. I'll take Ohio State over TCU. I do like Louisville over South Florida. That one's not bad. We got one more to pick. That's going to be a good game. Give me Kentucky over Santa Clara. And this is actually not bad. So look, here's the difference by picking games are in the 100 threshold of being favored, as opposed to maybe picking teams that are within the 1,000 favored in the threshold. So when you're betting, you're compounding. The more, it's not just like, look, if you were to pick let's just say a plus 100 and another plus 100, it isn't going to just be a 200. It's going to compound and multiply. Typically, it multiplies by a 1.5 each time. So that whole theory where you multiply it by 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, so forth, that's how it compounds. The more legs that you have in your parlays, it's going to multiply it by 3. So you do 2 times 3, 6, 6, 18, so forth and so on. And that's how it multiplies. It has to be within similar odds for it to multiply like that. There are things that can counter it, like if it's a plus or a minus, favored or not favored. But our 4-leg, we have SMU, Ohio State, Louisville, and Kentucky at a plus 421. That's pretty good. 100 to pay out, 521.70. That is actually solid. I'm actually going to lock that in. I normally don't disclose all my locks because that is going to be at sportsloungemedia.com. Guys, we're going to be starting a subscription service so soon. It's going to blow your head. And we are getting so ready for baseball, NHL playoffs, and championship. We have March Madness that we're cooking right now too. On top of that, we have preseason, we have draft, and obviously our big one, NFL. NFL is huge, guys. And I'm telling you right now, as a fan, a spectator, a broadcaster, a podcaster, everything, I'm telling you, this year in NFL is going to change people's lives once you guys start locking in with our bets. And we're going to sample it right now with you on basketball, NHL, UFC, and so forth. And I want you guys to pay attention because UFC right now is the best way to make some moolah, some of this. Nothing's guaranteed. Remember, nothing's guaranteed. And if you have a betting problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLERS. It isn't a bad thing to call them. You can call them, get advice. They're there to hear you out and talk to you and listen. Just bet responsibly, please. This is just always for fun. And this is just also giving you bits of information. All the information through NFL and all the trades that are going on is affecting teams' outcomes for playoffs and division winners and Super Bowl runs. Everything matters, and it ripple affects everything. Fantasy football, betting, team play, the franchise succession down the road 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So it just ripple effects. When you drop a stone into a water, you see it spread out. It's exactly doing the same thing right now. Motion and effect into action. Okay. So please, if you want to start bankrolling, you want to learn how to bankroll, watch some of my old videos. But this, we're going to turn in whatever you have right now, that's fun money, into a lot of fun money. Okay. This is going to be week 1 or day 1 into the tournament. I want you to lock in. Take those 4 picks or take those 17 picks, whatever you feel safer. That's going to be your best bet. And as always, please follow me on TikTok, John Hamilton SLM. Look me up. I'm there. Follow all the other channels that we have throughout the week. We cover all sports. And as always, I love you guys. Please bet responsibly. Shoot some hoop for me. Go have fun. Be active. Thank God every day. I love you guys as always. Peace.